bigger issue is it possible for this guy to even get a fair trial?
No.
How can he have a fair trial?
Well, I was just about to say, right as we were speaking, we go back to our previous segment. We talk about the layout of the jury panel on this particular case.
Right.
And I think that there's more, I think there's, from what I
how many
remember,
women?
I think there's less women than men.
That's not necessarily that
Not
good. because-
necessarily good.
I'm just saying, so like in that weird respect, I think in this particular case, and I know that you've had cases like this and we've all had cases, the women are more tougher on the women than you could ever imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
When you do a
Cattiness.
domestic, right, it's so catty. When you do a domestic
bad.
case and you have this domestic case going on, the women are like, oh, I would never, no way. And
Right.
they literally go against the woman 9 times out of 10. I
Right.
mean, in fact, they're like, why would anybody stay in that? She's lying.
Right.
When the men start feeling bad for the woman.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a very weird part of society, I would say, that's what we see all the time.
Right, they have
And when we're
funds.
picking these juries,
Right.
we have these ideas that are completely against most people's ideas on the street.
Right.
And you would think a woman would stand up for another woman and say, I feel bad for her. But it's not the case most of the time in a criminal courtroom when you watch these women literally get nasty on a
Right.
victim.
Oh yeah, and not to mention dudes watching him beat the shit out of a girl. Guys don't want to see that.
No.
Guys, nobody wants to see that. But guys, I think even I would more like we have daughters. Some of us have daughters. Like, and you can't unsee that. That's another thing about like all this is out there. Like, how do you get a fair and impartial jury, or how do you get a fair trial? Like these people are seeing it's all over the media. Like, I don't even know if there's been a probe as to how long did it take for jury selection? Do you know?
A week.
Jesus.
What?
Yeah, I think it was only a week.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way that they don't. There's no way that they don't have a problem. He's not gonna have a problem here. It's gonna be near impossible for him to have a fair trial. You know,
Yeah. Again, what does the Constitution say about a fair trial?
nothing.
It doesn't.
Right, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, and I don't know how many more witnesses they're calling. Do we know how many witnesses they're gonna call?
They said this case is going to take another month.
Oh my God.
So the government's not going to rest for at least 3 more weeks.
Well, they're probably gonna call every person at the party that ever heard of the freak off or stayed after the fact, right?
Well, Kevin Hart was there, and I saw this yesterday.
Did he testify?
Kevin Hart made a comment yesterday about whether or not he's coming in, so I don't think he's coming in. So the question is who are these witnesses that are going to come in and say that they were at a freak-off? And even if they say that they were at a freak-off, what are they going to say? Yes, I was at a freak-off, and Cassie was there, and everybody was having sex?